place. Is seeking accountability wrong, Subhash Jha? Could you unmute yourself, please?
I'm sorry. Now, our Vice President, Mr. Dhankhar himself was a very accomplished lawyer practicing in the Supreme Court. And look at the manner in which he has tried to expose our judiciary, today's judiciary, speaks in volume of a very sorry state of affair. Now, it is an act of, if there would have been an accountability bill or act in place, possibly the judges concerned could have been hauled up for an act of insubordination. It is like an employee telling his employer that, look here, you are required to do function in A manner or B manner. Now, please see, unless and until the warrant is issued by the office of the President of India, no judge of the High Court or the Supreme Court could be ever appointed. The oath of any High Court judge is administered by the governor, and that of the Supreme Court is by the President of India. So therefore, the position of President of India is on a much higher pedestal than the position of any High Court judge or Supreme Court judge. In my assessment, this is absolutely an act of insubordination, and never ever it has happened. Now, you can't fix the time limit within which the President of India is to function. The governor has to function. This has never happened in the past ever in our judicial history. And according to, in my assessment, the Supreme Court itself, suo moto, should recall its order, refer it to the larger bench, see to it that something is done. Otherwise, we are heading for a huge clash between the judiciary and the executive in the times to come. And this certainly has to be avoided. And he was right, absolutely. He raised several issues that there has to be accountability. Now it's a time to ponder for the countrymen. Now look here, cash have been found, and who is making an investigation? He was right that is not the judicial function. That is the function of the executive. The police will embark upon to make an inquiry, but you form a in-house committee and you're making yourself inquiry. So this doesn't work the way things are happening. There has to be, we have been demanding, and I have been in the forefront, I have been demanding that there has to be every organ, every person has to be made accountable in this country, including our judiciary. It is
accountability needs to be fixed, including in the judiciary. Karuna Nundy is also live with us right now. Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, Subhash Jha, request you to stay on with us. Karuna Nundy, I want to ask you, what do you make of what the Vice President said today? Do you think a larger message he has tried to give? And in a way, his message is a wake-up call for the judiciary. Of course, he cited the example of what happened in Justice Verma's case. It's been over a month now. We don't know. There is an inquiry committee set up, but we don't know what's really happening. And he said that, you know, if this event had taken place at anybody else's house, the speed would have been of an electronic rocket. Now it's not even a cattle cart.
There are two things. I'll come to Justice Verma's case and I'll come to the issue of the presidential assent. But I think for a constitutional functionary like the Vice President to be making the kinds of comments that Mr. Dhankhar has is unconscionable. It's unbecoming, it's unconscionable. They should be above all of this. What's happened, unfortunately, in the recent years is that functionaries like the Speaker, functionaries like Mr. Dhankhar have not maintained the dignity of their office. To use words like that is just absolutely inappropriate in our democratic structure. With regard to the Justice Verma issue, there is absolutely no doubt that the matter is startling and it must be investigated because there was and the matter is being investigated and there has been unprecedented transparency by the Chief Justice. I think we need more transparency in the collegium. We need more accountability in our judiciary, and there are efforts being made in this regard. With regard to the recent direction to the governor, T.N. Ravi, who has been sitting on 10 bills from 2023. I mean, you cannot make a state government unworkable just because you have been, because you don't like what you are saying. So in the same way as we have the vice president speaking out of turn, the governor has also made decisions that he should not have made. And he has violated the constitutional structure, and so therefore the court, in order to make the state government functional, has to say that, okay, well, let's make the Article 201 something that works, and let's impose a 3-month time limit. But ideally, that the issue should not even have come up. It's very sad that the issue even came up.
Okay.
Now, I think that there is, I'll take 10 more seconds. I think there is a larger issue here that the Prime Minister and others in the government have consistently said that we want one government, one election, one language, and it's very clear to see that they also want one state.
Okay.
They want the judiciary to be under them. I think this is a bad idea because the government is the biggest litigant. If you have a problem, if, for example, the government has not given you...
Fair enough. I got your point. I want to quickly go across to Nikul Patel as well. Nikul Patel, this issue is being